Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Roll and Move Reviews. I'm Kirk, your host. Thanks so much for watching. Today I'm going to talk about a game that's intrigued me for a while just because of the split between people who like it and who don't like it. It seems like it's a game that casual gamers and non-gamers really enjoy, but serious gamers always turn their nose up at. Despite that, everything I've seen and heard about it, it seemed like it was a pretty interesting game, so I wanted to give it a try for myself and check it out. And that game is Fluxx. Now, because it's Halloween, and because this is the version of the game my friend let me borrow, we are going to be looking at Monster Fluxx. But in reality, I think this could be a review for any version of Fluxx, because my understanding is that the rules and the mechanics are consistent from different editions. They just changed the theme up. So let's take a look at Monster Fluxx. At the beginning of the game, everybody is dealt 3 cards, and you start with 2 very simple rules: draw a card and play a card. At this point, we don't even know how we're going to win the game because we'll be playing down these goal cards which set the victory conditions. And the victory condition is always going to be a combination of 2 keeper cards, which are the second cards you can play. Things like skeletons and zombies and the lab assistant and angry mob of villagers. As you play these down, they just go down in front of you and stay there. Now the goal cards are little thematic things like Dracula's castle is a castle and the vampire. Werewolf hunting is the werewolf and the mob. It's a ghost, yikes. The ghost and the teenage detective, zoinks. So you have different things that can be goals. And when one goes down, as long as it's on the table, that's the victory condition. But later on, if somebody plays another goal, that one gets discarded. And now that's what you have to do to win. So you can't just plan on just the goal that's in play, because odds are it won't be there that long. The other thing that's going to be changing throughout the game are the rules, because you have these new rule cards. New rule cards usually impact how many cards you can draw, how many cards you can play, and what your hand limit is. So you play these down, and as they're played down, they'll replace old rules. And some of the rules also will affect things like keepers or goals or make other changes to the game. And you play them down, and you can have as many rules in play as possible as long as they don't contradict. So all of these rules work okay together, but if I were to play a draw 2 card, that would replace draw 4. As soon as a rule goes into play, it's in effect, and the game immediately changes to meet the conditions of that rule card. The 4th type of card you can play are actions, and these are just little things that give you bonuses or let you mess with the other players, like steal a keeper, or jackpot, draw 3 cards, no limits, discard all the hand limit rules, or zap a card, which just lets you steal a card. So you'll go around, everybody will play according to whatever rules are in effect during their turn until somebody meets the victory condition on the current goal card. When that happens, that player wins, and that is how you play Monster Fluxx. Okay, now that I've had the opportunity to play Fluxx, I can really understand the problems some people have with it. I love in theory that idea to be able to change roles and make the game different from round to round and turn to turn, but in practice those rule cards don't always mesh together well, and I found that more often than not they just don't. For example, you may have cards in play that say draw 2, play 5, and hand limit of 3. Well, because I'm only drawing 2, I'm never going to get to play the full 5 that I have to play. I'm just playing all my cards, and because I'm playing all my cards, the hand limit size card doesn't even become a factor. On top of that, you do get in a lot of situations where you have to play a lot more cards than you draw, so on your turn, you are just drawing a bunch of cards and playing them all. At that point, the game is playing you. You're not making any decisions. You're just picking up cards and putting them down. Every once in a while, it may matter what order you play them on, but most often it won't. In that same vein, I like the idea of being able to change the goal cards and change the victory conditions. The problem is you really don't change the victory conditions. You have a gold card down that says play these 2 keepers, and you change it out for another gold card that says okay, now you play these 2 keepers. So even though you have to play different cards, the win condition doesn't change. It's always just play 2 cards. So I really wish there was more variety of that and more varieties in the way that you could win the game. Overall, I just think the game is too random. You really don't have enough control. Now, if the randomness and that silliness and kind of absurdity that comes from that appeals to you, then maybe you like this game. And it must appeal to somebody because they're making a million versions of this game and it's selling everywhere. So somebody likes this game. But personally, I think you can pass on Monster Fluxx. Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching this episode of Roll and Move Reviews. Please leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of the video, and tell me your thoughts on Fluxx. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. While you're at it, visit our sponsor website, alteregogames.net. The Halloween decorations are going to be going down soon, and Christmas lights will be going up. So whether you're shopping for yourself or for your fellow gamers, Alter Ego's got you covered. Lots of great deals, lots of great games. If you want to watch some of our older videos, you can find them on YouTube, Facebook, Board Game Geek, or the Alter Ego game site. If you want to reach me directly, email at rollandmovereviews@gmail.com. Otherwise, happy Halloween, guys. Have fun out there.